Hi, my name's Tom McMurran, and I am a regional director for Solevay, which is the world's fastest growing social commerce company. Now, I know a friend, family member, or business associate has referred you to this page to show you a proven online system that they're using to create a second source of income. I created the Top Gun team building system for people who dream of having a business that they can do from anywhere in the world. I call this a portable business. I've been in this business for over 20 years and I've amassed some tremendous experience, and I've generated tens of millions of dollars in online sales, and I've learned 3 words that determine the difference between success and failure when it comes to online team building. Those words are automate, duplicate, and create. These 3 words encapsulate a strategy for an online and offline team building system. Consider this question: why has McDonald's restaurant been so successful? Has it been because of the quality of their food? I would say not. 2 things have made McDonald's successful: a proven system of business and consistency. You always know what to expect when you eat there. I know I get indigestion, but that may just be me. The McDonald's franchise system is completely systematized. They leave nothing to chance. When you buy a franchise, or better yet, if you're selected to own a franchise, you will attend Hamburger University and you will learn how to work on your business as opposed to in your business. McDonald's teaches you how to run a system that runs your business, and there's tremendous wisdom in that. McDonald's can turn anyone into a successful restaurateur, and they attract franchisees with their system because that is their main product. The intention of showing you our Top Gun team building system first is to attract you to our way of doing business, our lifestyle. If it fits it, you should learn more about Solevay, which is our core business offering. If it does not fit with your lifestyle, well, there's no need for you to invest any more time. I hope that's fair. Today, what we want to do is we want to show you how we do business, because we feel that is equally as important as what our business is. Seriously, we could be selling gold for $10 an ounce, but if we required you to do door-to-door sales, most of you would quit your first day, some even before you got started. The Top Gun team building system provides a path, an easy track to run on. It takes the guessing out of the success equation by reducing the fear, time, and expense required in building your business. Our system automates your marketing, it fosters duplication in your team, and it creates quality of life results. That's what you're looking for, isn't it? Let's face it. Fear is the number one thing that holds people back from succeeding at just about everything. Time is a big constraint as well, but most people throw that out as an objection to mask the fear of having to prospect. Well, I have good news. We have the answer to fear, we have the answer to time, and to the expense of building an online business, and it's called the Top Gun team building system. It's a system for people who want to utilize easy-to-use, free technology and the best talent in the industry to build an online portable business. Now, if you'll give me permission, I'd like to walk you through a slideshow over the next few minutes and show you how we do business. If you hear that little voice inside of you going, "I can do this," simply move on to step 1 and learn more about Solevay. It's an awesome company with a real product that brings real value into people's lives. In fact, Solevay has saved our members over $100 million in the last 24 months, and they've paid out over $30 million in commission. Now, that's real money. In my short presentation, I'm going to cover the strategies of automation, duplication, and creation. I'm also going to talk about the dirty secrets of direct sales, oh my, and the 5 rules of team building engagement. Again, if you like what you see, you can move on to step 1 and learn more about Solevay. In step 2, you can learn how to copy this Facebook app, and in step 3, you can learn how to automate your online marketing. Seriously, in less than 90 minutes, we can have a fully functioning online business that will provide you with the lifestyle you desire over the next 12 months without the $1 million price tag and hundreds of hours of training required by a McDonald's franchise. Now, if you're into self-advancement, recognition, hanging out with positive people, having awesome vacations, and working from home, we have just what you're looking for. One last important point. I want you to step back and look at the steps as you go through them and ask yourself, is this something I can see others doing? Is it simple enough for the average person to do? I think you'll discover that simplicity often hides success from most people. If you can follow a simple 3-step system, you can create massive success with Solevay. Now let's see if your little voice inside likes how we do business by exploring the ADCs of team building. Are you ready? I know I am. All right, let's talk about the Top Gun team building systems, and let's cover the 3 steps to making money online. It's what I call the ADCs of team building. That's not the ABCs, it's the ADCs. We're talking about automate, duplicate, and create. When we look at the ingredients of the Top Gun system, number one, we've got easy to use technology. And that's very important because most people are not into technology. They don't know how to code or embed stuff. So we found it very important to use technology that's just point and click. For example, this page that you're on right now, you can scroll to the bottom and you can just hit clone this page and it creates it automatically on your Facebook page. So I think that's really cool. You got to have a quality product or service. And when I put that in there, I created a bonus slide, which is the next slide after this one. We're going to talk about the smell test. And I think it's very important that your product must resonate with you. And we'll get into that in the next slide. You got to have an idiot-proof system. I mean, anytime you get above 5 steps, you lose 80% of the population. So we're keeping it at 3 steps, very simple. Watch the Solevay presentation, clone this page, and set up your automated marketing. We're keeping it very, very simple for you. And then the 4th thing is the inner motivation, what we call the why. You have to bring that to the table. We can't provide that. We have the first 3 provided for you. You just have to say, hey, I have a burning desire. For freedom. I want to be free from my debt. I want to be free from my job. I want to be free from unemployment or whatever it is. You got to have a burning desire for freedom. And that's one thing that, like I said, just do some soul searching. Ask why you haven't been successful, or, what have you missed? And you get a little bit angry, I tell people. Get fired up. Let's go make some money. Let's build something great. You got to have that kind of drive behind you. So this is the bonus slide I came up with last minute. I call it the dirty secrets slide. And your product or service, as I said, it must resonate with you. I mean, when you're looking somebody in the eye and you're selling them an overpriced vitamin or milkshake or something like that, and you're telling them that it's great for them and they'll buy it and blah, blah, blah. But if you join the opportunity, you get it 40% off. Well, the reason you get it 40% off is that's what its actual price should be at the store. So let me get into some of the dirty secrets, and I could go off for an hour on this slide, but I'm not going to. But number one, I look, and this comes from 20 years of experience, by the way. So these 4 elements, write them down. I think as you move through life, if you don't get involved with us and you check out other opportunities, or maybe you failed at opportunities and you don't know why, the answers are in one of these 4 elements. Number one, I avoid companies that are comp plan driven. In fact, I don't really even like presenting the comp plan the first time around. If they don't resonate with our system, if they don't resonate with our product offering, why should I try and convince them to get involved because of a comp plan? Now, Solovay's got a great comp plan, 10 ways to get paid, car bonuses, team bonuses, matching bonus. They've got every kind of bonus, I think, available in the dictionary. But it's very important that you see the system and you first go, I can do business the way these people are doing it. Number 2, I believe in the product. So the second thing, when you look at the other key I look for, is retail appeal. The interesting thing about Solovay is probably more than 80% of our customers are customers. They're not involved in the opportunity. They haven't signed up to become a brand partner. So we really meet that 50-50 rule, as they call it in our space, of having more customers than we actually have distributors. You'll find a lot of companies, 90+% are distributors because they wouldn't be involved in the product if they weren't getting the discount as a distributor. So retail appeal is important. Here's the major question you have to answer. Would you buy the product from your company if you weren't involved in the opportunity? And so I think that's an important question for you to answer. Longevity of auto ship. Now, this may seem a little bit complicated, but the simple term is, how long do people pay for the product? How long do they continue to use it after they bought it? And longevity is a big issue. And the big dirty secret the industry doesn't talk about is the average auto ship is about 90 days. That means that you're having to replenish your customer base every 90 days. And unless you're a really good marketer and have a built-in lead generation system, that's very, very hard to do. And so when you look at the LCV, or what we call the lifetime customer value, that's important to look at too, because when you sign up a customer and they stay on for 90 days, how much money do you make off them in 90 days? Does it exceed your customer acquisition cost? Things like that. These are business things. I tell her, we shoot you very straightforward. This isn't about hype. This is about you making a rational decision and getting involved in something and having your feet firmly on the ground on opportunity where you go, hey, I believe in this. It makes sense. It passes the smell test. So why do I like mobile phones? Why do I like utilities? Why do I like financial services? Well, number one, they have really great LCVs. When people buy a mobile phone, how long have you been paying your mobile phone bill for? Think about that for a minute. Well, how would you like to sign up a couple hundred customers and know that those couple hundred customers are probably going to stay on for years, if decades? I've talked to people they've been on the same carrier for 15 years. So LCV is very important. You can't make money if your customers are falling off every 90 days. We call that attrition, and it's a bad word in our business. We want to be able to retain our customers for months, for years, for decade if we can, and we have one of those product lines where you can do that. The last thing is the viral velocity, and you're like, ooh, that's a fancy term. This is a very important term, and you may not know why, but viral velocity is if 10 people enroll in a company, how many of them actually enroll somebody else? Well, the industry average is about 10%. So out of 10 people you bring into your company, one of them is going to enroll somebody else. That's pretty pathetic. It's pretty hard to make money when out of 100 people you sign up, only 10 of them actually invite somebody new. That number continues to diminish, and it's very hard to keep up that kind of pace. Well, the thing I love about Solivay is you've got about 3 out of 10 people that enroll actually sign somebody else up for service or for the business or whatever. There's a huge exponential difference between 10% and 30%. So if you're looking for something that grows and has that viral velocity and has the longevity of the auto ship and the retail appeal, people buy our product without getting involved. And while we have a great comp plan, it's not the thing that we present to people first, okay? Because we see so much value. We've saved people over $100 million in mobile expenses. We've paid out almost $30 million in commissions. I mean, that's all I need to tell you. I mean, that's a lot of money. So the question, looking at what you've done in the past, if you failed, is it because it failed one of these smell tests? Did your opportunity fail the smell test? And you'll find that to be very, very often that's usually the case. So automation, let's get into the first of the ADCs. Automation is about letting technology do the heavy lifting of marketing and presenting for you. I love doing this presentation, but I probably wouldn't like it if I did it 1,000 times. However, I have no problem with a video doing it a couple thousand times or a couple 100,000 times. So we get into automation. I also don't like spending the whole day in front of the computer posting and responding and doing all that. I like 10 or 15 posts to run during the day. And then at the end of the day, I come back to Facebook and I check all the likes. I send people messages, things like that. So I like auto posting, and we show you how to do that. I also like auto presentations. Like I said, I'm sure Ryan loves doing the Solivay presentation, but he would rather his 37-minute video be shared with 1 million people and let it replicate. But automation makes everything very duplicatable. It makes everything very simple. And then, of course, if you do auto post, you're going to get prospects. If the prospects watch the presentation, a certain percentage of them are going to convert into members or customers, and of course that creates profit for your business. And I tell people, the more you automate, the more you dominate. I think it's pretty straightforward. Duplication. Duplication is extremely important. This is what increases your viral velocity number, and that is the ability to help people replicate, to grow their businesses. I mean, it would be great if 3 that got 3 that got 3 that got 3, but we know that doesn't happen. It's more like 10 that get 3, that get 2, that get 1, that get 3, it's all over the place. But, when you start looking at duplication, copy a system that works and show people the benefits of your system. That's why I sell the system first. That's why you're watching this video, because if you don't understand our underlying philosophy of how we build a team, you're just going to be a product salesperson. You're going to be what I call a hamburger salesperson, and you'll understand that. You understand that from my introduction. We want you to sell the franchise. We want you to sell the system. We want you to sell. There's no selling our system. It's free, so you don't have to buy it. It just comes with what we do. But let the CEO do the presentation. That's very duplicatable. The message is crystal clear every time Ryan delivers it. Let the technology do the marketing. You'll burn out if you sit in front of the computer like some people do all day long on Facebook, and they just post senseless stuff and they respond and they get likes, and it's like they're building a freaking fan club. I mean, it's like, we don't need to do that. It's like, I'm going to keep presenting my little posts every day, and occasionally somebody's going to pop their head up and say, hey, Tom, I like the way you're doing business. Can I join your team? That's the kind of person I want on board. Okay. And then, of course, after your team sees what you're doing, let your team copy the system. In fact, make it a goal every month to say, hey, I'm going to get 5 or 10 or 100 or 200 people doing this same system. I'm going to spend time and invest time in helping people run their franchises, work on their franchises as opposed to in them. This isn't a franchise, but I'm using that as an example. But here's the real key to this slide. If you make it look complicated, you lose. Okay, so if people say, oh, do I have to learn that presentation? You say, heck no, Ryan Wirch has a video presentation. That's all I show people. I have a good friend that he just had this very simplistic approach to everything. Is that all I do is show people the video, and when they got questions, I answer them, and then I get them signed up, and I show them how to do the same thing. And that was his whole methodology. Keep it simple, stupid. That's what they talk about, the KISS principle. So if you make it look complicated, you lose. So don't try and go out and do one-on-ones. Don't rent fancy conference rooms. Don't buy all the latest computer equipment to try and impress people. I use a 3-year-old MacBook Pro. I use YouTube channels. I like using technology, but I like keeping it very basic and very simplistic. So let's talk about creation now. Creation is about leveraging technology, time, and talent to build your business online so you can get on with your life. Create an automated system that generates leads for you. Those leads will turn into customers and members, and those members will ultimately result in residual cash flow and time. Now, every lead that comes in is not going to sign up. You might have 30 or 40 people like it and your post, and out of that post, you may get 1 or 2 people that are interested. But I think it's important that when you think about the power of creation, you can create time, you can create money, you can create freedom, you can create travel. You have the power of creation within you. And I say surround yourself with creators because they're a heck of a lot more fun. These are people that want to change their lives. They want to be in control of their destiny. And as I say, they want to own their world. Okay, let's get into the rules of team building. I say sell the franchise, not the hamburger. I've been doing this training for a very long time. Sell the system. Get people to look at you and go, I can do what you're doing. Okay, by the way, what's the product? And that's what people are. Are you selling hamburgers? You're selling chicken sandwiches. It really doesn't matter. If people get the system, the product, as long as it resonates with them, they're going to do really well in this business. But if you're going to require them to go do one-on-ones at McDonald's or Starbucks or invite people to stinky hotel meetings, you might as well go beat your head against a brick wall, because that's just not going to work. Okay, that doesn't work anymore. People want automated ways. They want efficient ways to do business. And so when we talk about running the system and letting the system run your business, that's really what it's all about. It's like, hey, I'm going to teach you how to load up this Facebook page. I'm going to teach you how to load up your automated posts. And when people like your posts and have questions, chime me in and let's do a 3-way call. Let's connect with them. Let's introduce them to the system. Number 3, ignore the naysayers. Okay, the next button is my favorite button. If somebody says, "Oh yeah, I don't like Solivay," or I don't like network marketing, or I don't want to have to do business online, it's like, bam! I just hit the next button. I thrive on no's. I love no's. You know why? Because every no I get gets me closer to a yes. And so I'm in hot pursuit of no's. I love filtering people out. It's one of the exciting things that I love in business, is just saying, you're disqualified. You're disqualified. It's like, I can't help you. If you can't help yourself, I can't help you. As I always say, I always laugh about that. I might be partially crazy, but I love the next button. No excuses. It's more of a paradigm shift than it is anything. It's like, I humor myself in pitching people and showing them our system to see what excuse they come up with, because I think I've heard them all, but occasionally I hear one that's, pretty funny, like, oh, I got to get my dry cleaning, or something like that. So let's look at no excuses. Number 4 is no excuses, no quitting, and no complaining. Bam, bottom line. I don't put up with it. I've been through many, many tough times in my life, some pretty bad deserts. And when it comes to people that have excuses, I just tell them, say, listen, you can have all the excuses you want in the world not to succeed. Just remember, it only takes one. You don't need a whole bunch of them. Just say, I just want to be mediocre. Okay, I'm destined to be mediocre. But on the other hand, it only takes one reason for you to create a huge success in your life. And that's got to be that burning reason, that one that just says, you know what, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so when we get into this, folks, that's kind of our mentality. So if you throw out an excuse and you kind of get slapped down, know it was coming, because it's rule number 4. We just don't put up with it. We want winners, not whiners. And I could go on for a whole bunch of those. And number 5, never forget rules 1, 2, 3, and 4. Always kind of go back to those. Those are the 4 key rules. Now, the Top Gun system, how does it work? If you're interested, after watching this presentation, you say, hey, I dig this, I like this, the kind of training, this is the kind of talk I want. I don't want hype. I don't want, people talking about Caribbean dreams and all that stuff. Even though we like that stuff, I want to make sure that you and I are sound on what we're talking about. And if there's something you want to challenge me on, you're welcome to. Been in this business a long time. I could be wrong, but I built some very large teams using the same system, and I know it works. I have a knowing, so I'm not in that believing state. So you got to be careful when you challenge people that have a knowing. But number 1, watch the Solivay presentation by CEO Ryan Wirtz. If you just scroll down the page, left-hand corner, you'll see number 1, watch the Solivay presentation, learn about social commerce, and then become a brand partner. If you like what the company's about, become a brand partner. If you can see yourself talking to friends about this product, become a brand partner. Number 2, copy this Facebook app and start sharing it with others. That's step number 2. All you got to do is click on the video and watch it. In 5 minutes, you will have this same page attached to your Facebook page, but it'll have all of your links in it. Okay? And then number 3, automate your posting and follow up with the comments and likes that people do it. And the people that practice the 3 R's, I call it rapid, relentless repetition of these 3 things. This is my filter. This is the wheel that I turn over and over and over and over to make it really work. And I got to tell you what, this is if you can do these 3 steps, you can become successful with our system. So the Top Gun magic, what is it? Well, people must be able to say, I can do it. At the end of the day, you say, 3 steps, Tom. I can upload this page. I can do this. I can set up the automatic marketing. I believe in Solivay. I like it as a company. They've got all the tools, and they have some great marketing tools as well, within the back of their site for sharing, the different offers and the different product offerings. So, we have an amazing system. Ours is more of an introduction system where it's like, hey, I want to connect with you and I want to plug you into my Solivay system and I want to show you what we're doing. But I tell everybody, be careful about running around trying to sell hamburgers, because when you do that, people, you may give them indigestion. And we don't want to do that. We want people to say, dude, if you could show me a system on how to sell those hamburgers, I'm all over it. Especially if I could sell billions of them, I'd be all over it. And that's really what we're doing, is we're showing people the magic of our system, so their little voice goes, I can do it. And all I can really tell you is the power is in the system. Get back with the person who invited you to see this presentation. Get through steps 1 through 3. If you get hung up, no big deal. Just contact the person who told you to watch this video, or contact them on their page, and we'll help you fix it. Nothing. We can fix everything in minutes with this system. It's very simple to use. But it's been a real honor, a real pleasure being able to present this to you. If you're still here with me, I want to thank you for your time. I hope you got something out of this presentation, and I hope you'll take the time to join our team and get involved with our Top Gun team building system and Solivay. Have a great day.